Hi guys, I'm Adam Wilborn from WhatCulture. We are here at the Bullet Club block party, joined by the legend that is Haku. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And welcome to America, however it is. But I appreciate you guys being here, with Tama's idea and everything that's going on here.
Yeah, Bullet Club block party today has been incredible. You must be so proud.
Yes, I am. There's no lucky man like me right now here with all my sons as family all together, that we're here at the Bullet Club party. I've run out of words here. Thank you.
Now, interviewing you is something I've looked forward to and also sort of dreaded for quite some time, because you've been described by your peers as the most toughest, the most legitimate fighter in history. What is that like, being called that by so many of your wrestling peers?
Thank you. I guess I should say I appreciate that they honor me with that. When you're hungry, coming in from a third world country and also a poor family, you come into this great country, you try to make the most that you can, because, the whole country is on your shoulder. The whole family is in your shoulder. I'm so proud to be Tongan. I'm so proud to be a Fifita here and carry them all, to be all over the world. And I have to say this, my honor for the King of Tonga, Tupou the Fourth, that he had that vision, for us being a sumo wrestler. Look at Japan now. There's all Tongans everywhere with the rugby players and sumo, of course. And here we are, here in America, as I was part of them, and we all wrestlers representing the country.
Now, it's fair to say your reputation precedes you. What is the strangest rumor you've heard about yourself?
Strangest?
They can be true or false.
I mean, all of them, but it's all true. I can't even, count my stupidity, but that's what it is, and, that's what it was. So,
There's some great stories about you throughout your career. What are some of your sort of personal wrestling highlights? Because you were King Haku, you faced Hulk Hogan, you were part of the Colossal Connection with Andre the Giant. What really sticks out for you?
What is stick out to me is those days is the whole thing. The WWF, WWE, WCW, they came up, because you don't have. I didn't have to look at the politics and all that stuff. All I have to remember is what, is waiting for me at home. Family, country, all those things that I was fighting for, and my future, wherever it's going to go to. But, hey, it's always thankful, for all the promoters in this country that they gave me the opportunity. So as Japan, I give my life for Japan, for giving me this opportunity to start there as a sumo wrestler and also a wrestler.
You look across the entire industry, you look around here, of course, and you look at your family's wrestling legacy. What was the catalyst? What brought you into wrestling?
Well, as I said earlier, with the sumo and everything, and it's done. So, I realized that if I go back to Tonga, and I went to Tonga, play rugby at the time, there's no way that I can afford to take care of the family. And of course, you look around with your education and everything like that. That's the whole deep into that with the detail. You can't live on coconut by itself, and and all those roots and taro and all that stuff there. So you have to go out either to New Zealand, Australia, Fiji, somewhere, to start your life ahead of what we have in Tonga. But, we still remember where we come from, So, those are the things that you had to, that idea, coming back in wrestling, calling back to Japan, to take me, because I realized that, my background in Japan was unbelievable with sumo. And that's how they bring me back, to pro wrestling. Of course, they send me over here to America to get the experience and come back. So all those details, here I am. And of course, as you know, I wanted my children to go get a better education than I do, and they did. The three of them went, and one of them went with the Air Force, Tama. We went to Iraq, and the whole detail there that I'm so proud of. I never figured out. But that's, I'm so proud of all of them. They went to college, did that. If something happened to me, and they're better than me, that's my whole goal, was for them to have a better education than I do, because all I had was my strength. All I had was my faith, in me, that bring me the strength, and I fight for everything that I can get out of the business, out of this life, to take care of, my family. So now they see it, and they're working on it. I hope they understand. Even though I don't like it, I still wish that they were, use their education, as the thing. But what can I say? They're doing a good job.
They're doing you proud, without that question.
Proud. And I'm proud.
I finally got around to watching the HBO documentary on Andre the Giant on the flight over here, in fact. And, of course, you were with him in the Colossal Connection. Yeah. He was another legendary wrestler. What was it like to be around someone like that?
Well, with a very different, as all you know about, the stories and everything. And, I look at it and, I wasn't there. And yet I spent a lot of time with him as his tag team and everything. It was an honor. I was grateful that he chose me as his partner.
He seemed quite a character as well, both inside and outside of the ring.
With sports, with all the sports, I believe that wrestling is totally different from all the sports. The comrade on us, the way we take care of each other.
It's a family.
It's a family, exactly. So, he was the biggest human being in our family, or the oldest, biggest, larger than all of us. But it was great. He was a great man to work with, and I always appreciate him. Never forget that.
We've talked about your time in the industry. We're now looking, obviously, here at the block party about your family's future in the industry. For you, how has the industry changed, and how has it improved in your eyes?
Changed, to me, is unbelievable. As you can see, with WWF, is having a WrestleMania. That benefits a lot of us in New Japan, sees that chance, ROH sees that chance, and everybody else of the independents, they run their own show, they're running, everybody. And I hope they all appreciate it, what WrestleMania does for all of us. I do, because that's the father of everything is going on here. And, thanks to Vince and WWE.
You're still clearly a fan of wrestling, a fan of the industry, and arguably 2019 is one of the most exciting years to be a fan of wrestling. You mentioned WWE, you talk about New Japan, we had the G1 Supercard last night, we've got the development of independent wrestling and the return, the rise of it yet again over the last few years, and now, of course, All Elite Wrestling. For you, is this one of the best times to be a wrestling fan?
Well, yes, because you see so many talents everywhere. You see so many wrestlers. But at the time, it was only WWE. Sorry that WCW disappeared, but I wish they were still around.
It's competition.
Competition. And that's what I'm looking at. I'm not all for myself and for my family only, but I'm all, as you said, as I said, that we are a family here. When you become a wrestler, you become family of mine. And that's what I'm talking for. All around, AWE is coming. I like that because some of these guys can get a job going. New Japan, unbelievable. With their industries going on in Japan and all over the world, they conquer America. And you look at AWE coming up, it's great for the family, for all the children to have a job.
Yes, exactly. And it's an exciting time. You've worked, as you mentioned there, for WWF and for WCW. Yeah. You think competition helps all promotions?
Yes. All the promotions, I'm sure they all, but to me, I'm all for the wrestlers, for the children of the family, to have a job, to be able to take care of the families, and that's the, England, my goodness, WWE has been there, all this Impact has been there, all these guys, WCW, they are nowadays, but, like to see that that they all work around and share the piece of the pizza there.
As a British wrestling fan, seeing the rise of it, seeing people like Pete Dunne come through the industry, it really is an exciting time.
Yeah, very exciting, and I'm hoping, like you said, that 2019 is going to be an exciting year for the professional wrestling.
Well, we are all looking forward to it. One final question for you, asking everyone here this question over the WrestleMania weekend. The Hulk Hogan film is coming out. Chris Hemsworth is going to be playing Hulk Hogan. So in a film about Haku, who plays you?
I don't know. My grandson is 7 years old now. I think he'll be the one.
I saw you chatting to him earlier. You're already getting him into the industry. You're already training him, I see.
Well, you know, I have 2 grandchildren now, as my life and love is with both of them, you know. So somehow, yes, you were talking just to get, you know, how the boys to get in there, you know, the discipline, especially with Japan. And I'm sure most of the wrestlers would believe me or with me when you know, a wrestler. I wish that everybody can be trained in Japan. The discipline and all the things they do in Japan is unbelievable. It's the best dojo that ever. And now with Fale in New Zealand, he's bringing that to New Zealand. And I hope New Zealand will grow from there because, you know, that's the real deal.
It is an exciting time to be a wrestling fan. It's so good to see you here. It's so good to see you still so excited and involved in the industry. Haku, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us today.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.